Hi, and welcome to our channel. This video is not only addressed to professionals, but also to end users, boat owners, charter companies, IT specialists, and of course, everyone else who is interested in installing certain smart functions to their boat that is either an older model that didn't have these or its system is obsolete, maybe one that wasn't pre-installed from factory with the smart functions, or one that is just before being refitted. The video is an introduction and a presentation of how the very capable team of AZ Smart has turned an analog yacht into an innovative smartphone app controlled and monitored state of the art smart boat. What's the purpose? Let me give you an example. And no, it's not as simple as laziness as the mother of invention. Let's say you just left your boat and you are on your way home from the marina, recharged from the wonderful long weekend you just enjoyed, and you're wondering if you turned off the instrument switch, or better yet, the freshwater pump. Did you close the cabin windows? All the boaters have been there, and you call your neighbor in the marina hoping they're still there and can check for you. What if I tell you that there's a way to control or check all of the different switches and functions from anywhere with your smartphone, PC, or tablet? AZ Smart developed a complex smart boat system with a wide range of functions: surveillance, smart cameras, security, alarm system, window and door sensors, fire, smoke, gas, and CO detection, active tracking via GPS, app controlled AC and DC switches, consumer monitoring, or even power consumption measuring, battery monitoring, complex boat modes for scenarios like when your boat is in the marina, but you're away, winter mode, anchor mode, cruising mode, sailing mode, light switching and dimming, temperature and humidity monitoring, main power switching and monitoring, shore power, inverter, battery, generators, solar panel, engine monitoring, tachometer, consumption, monitoring, oil pressure, engine temperature, engine hour counting, fuel level, water level, and before I forget to mention, even a smartphone app remote control for the Passerelle. At this point, we find it important to mention to our professional viewers that the AZ SmartBoat system does feature the integration of Victron Energy power management units such as solar power controllers, inverters, and battery chargers, and also communicates with the NMEA 2000. NMEA 2000 is a plug and play communication standard that connects marine sensors and displays used on boats. This allows any sensor to talk to any display unit that uses the NMEA 2000 protocols. Welcome aboard, virtually, the Angry Bird, a 2004 Azimuth 39 fly that started as an analog boat in every regard and was converted to an online smart boat by AZ Smart. In this video, I will show you the smart boat control panel on my PC by simply logging in over a web browser. There are of course several other platforms that you can get the same access, and here I mean a tablet or a smartphone. This is the dashboard from your regular PC, but every function that I introduce here is also available on your smartphone or on your tablet from anywhere. The surface that you see is customizable. You can choose between auto mode, light, automatic light, or dark mode. We prefer to use the dark mode because it's just better for your eyes. And then you have these certain tabs: overview, camera, DC fuses, AC fuses, control panel, and so on. We'll go through all of them. On the overview, you have a basic dashboard for, barometer, UV index, temperature, a thermometer, sorry, humidity, weather station. You have the statuses of your gray water and holding tank, macerator. These are the water braking sensors, wind speed, sea temperature, sea depth, wind direction, date and time, vessel heading. We have a sunrise and sunset, of course. Also see the status of the salon door that is closed, a rain sensor, voltage, shore current, the shore meter, and of course we have the GPS trackers. Um, display. Pressing on to the camera tab. In the camera tab, we have, of course, the pictures of the three installed cameras. These two, this is the flybridge camera that works as a surveillance camera and also as a so-called dash cam. And the other one, the interior camera, these you can pan tilt. You can move the cameras basically, and you also can have preset positions for them. This is what the numbers indicate. If you press those numbers, then they will move to those preset positions that you have. The backup camera is a fixed one. You can also choose to switch these off if you want to, and we also have the remote control arrows for the passerelle. So this is what you see on the mobile app as well when you want to open or close the gangway. Next tab is the DC fuses. We see the voltage of the service battery, of the engine battery. These are, of course, chargers. The boat is now in the marina and in away mode. Away mode will be discussed right here, three tabs ahead. Sorry. So DC fuses, instruments, navigation lights, VHF, aux, auxiliary switches, autopilot, and flaps. These are those switches that you would normally, once you start, before you start cruising, before you start your engines, and before you leave the marina, these are those 12-volt switches that you would, 12 volt, 24 volt, sorry, switches that you would switch on. These are DC fuses too. These are basically lights and comfort outlets like lights, DC outlet, stereo, refrigerator, freshwater pump, shower pump, macerator, head, and washdown. Washdown is the windlass, the chain washer for the anchor. You can switch to classic mode, which means that you have the ability to do this. You just switch to classic mode and you do everything manually, just like you do on a regular analog boat. We have the power modules, temperature, voltage, current, and battery charge levels, DC total power, and DC some left energy hourly. The next step is for the AC switches. These are the regular AC switches that you would find on a boat like this, for your 220 volts, outlets, battery charger, water heater, microwave, hob, ice maker, air conditioning, and refrigerator. Again, voltage, shore current, shore power, generator voltage, generator power, inverter voltage, inverter current, inverter power. Battery charger fuse. This is a smart switch that would, if the battery charger fuse switches off, it would try a certain times to switch it back on, avoiding that once you're away and your fuse goes out, and it doesn't get switched back on and your batteries just go dead. Control panel. Here you have a countdown for the macerator, for the automated macerator. You can start it from here, and then it will basically do the job. But you also have the same thing here on the overview. Samsung, this is the Salon TV, multi-controller, sockets, flybridge cam, heating socket. The heating socket is also a smart thermostat for winter mode. This is the router, Salon camera, TV socket, and the amperage of the multi-controller. Switch control panel. You can once again choose classic mode, and then you do everything manually, like you would on for your AC fuses, that you would just on a regular analog boat. Engine digitizer can be switched on and off, and the NMEA 2000 power too. This Angry Birds Samsung tab is for the smart tablet that is installed in the helm, downstairs in the salon, and you have remote access to this tablet with with an installed app, you can go into maintenance mode, motion detection, reboot it, restart it, screen switch on and off, screensaver, send to background, and you see the battery level of it. This is the media player switch. AC selector. This is where you switch between shore power generator or inverter. This is all smart. You can do this from your smartphone. You can do this from here on the screen. You can also, of course, do it by a press of a button in the helm. Inverter power, it's off, so we don't have any information. Left window, right window, these are the salon windows that you can open and close from here, but you also have an automation set to this one, or you can have an automation set to this one that, depending on weather conditions, rain, temperature, humidity, and so on, you can have them automatically opening to air out the saloon, so you don't have that stall boat smell once you return to your marina. Smart generator. This is pretty interesting. This boat has a completely analog Kohler 3-cylinder generator installed from factory, and AZ Smart figured out a way to control the generator, not only via smartphone, but also replacing the old, 3-step switch. One, turn it on. No, not only 3 steps, it was 4 steps, because you had to go to genset, then give power to the ignition, then preheat, and then start the generator, and then you would, switch it back off, and then go from genset to battery mode or to shore power. But you can just press now one button in the helm and you have the generator on, or you can just go ahead here, start and stop the generator, preheat, and the generator will starting, and now it's running, and it automatically switches from shore power to generator power. Let's switch it back off because it's pretty late at night and we don't want to scare any neighbors that are in the marina. And once we switch it off, you'll see that it will go automatically from generator to shore power back. Salon windows opening on and off, and this is the left window, this is the right window. Boat settings. This is interesting. We have all these switches that you see, DC and AC switches, can be, of course, not only switched from your smartphone or from your computer, but you can also program these to do certain things depending on certain conditions, weather, location, and then in this case, boat mode, and so on. So, four settings are marina, which means that the boat is in the marina and the owner is aboard and enjoying the boat. The away mode is that the boat is in the marina but there's no one on board. Anchoring or being on a buoy, and cruising. Now, the marina mode on board means that for the DC switches, you're probably in the marina and you're connected to shore power. That means that you can use your lights, DC outlets, refrigerator, freshwater pump, shower pump, heads, AC outlets, battery charger, water heater, refrigerator, camera to marina position, which means that the smart camera that is, it's a PTZ camera installed to the flybridge, has a marina mode. That means that it becomes a surveillance camera watching the rear of the boat, the aft of the boat, I'm sorry. And then once you're cruising, you go to cruising mode. And then in cruising mode, you would have the camera turned forwards to the bow of the boat, and then it becomes basically a dash cam that records whatever happens with you on the way. Now, marina mode away, which means DC all off. Everything is off except for the refrigerator, and AC power is, the battery charger is on, refrigerator is on, camera to marina position once again. For the anchoring mode, it means that DC switches, navigation instruments, VHF, autopilot, flaps go all off. Camera goes to marina position. Anchor light is on after sunset because it's connected to the weather station, and you know when your sunset and your sun rises. And of course, anchor light will go on after sunset and go off after sunrise. Cruising mode. Once you switch to cruising mode, you'll have all your instruments on, your navigation instruments, VHF, autopilot, your trim tabs. Camera will go to dash cam position. Navigation light comes on after sunset and goes off after sunrise automatically. So you don't have to worry about these. The anchor or the buoy alarm. The anchor alarm settings are based on a few factors. The chain length value is given by the windlass counter, and the anchor's GPS position is defined by this. Using the boat's heading and its GPS position, a safety circle is drawn around the boat. The radius of the circle is defined by the chain length. If the boat drifts outside this circle, an alarm will be triggered. The buoy alarm is pretty much the same, except instead of a chain length, the system uses the water depth with an offset for the buoy rope of 1.5 meters. And you also see a buoy cleat height for like 1.2 meters, depending on the factors of the boat. This is the lights tab. These are all the LED lights in and on the boat. Deck, galley, cabins, heads, saloon, underwater light, etc. These are not, you can't, it's not only that you can switch these on and off, but you can also dim them. Same thing with this one. This was off. Once again, you have the possibility to dim these lights, not just switch them. You can also use, of course, the switches on the walls in the boat to control the dimming. The underwater light is non-dimmable. Temperatures. There are several temperature and humidity sensors across in the boat. Salon, master cabin, guest cabin, deck, salon refrigerator, seat temperature, and the flybridge fridge also has one. Energy. We have shore power, shore current voltage, shore power, generator voltage, inverter voltage, generator current, and generator power. Next step is for the solar panels. You see the yield, today's yield, yesterday's yield, and the maximum power today. Maximum power yesterday was 123 watts. There's also a different energy tab where you can see the energy distribution, how much was charged by the solar panels, what was today's consumption from the grid, and the total. This is energy usage across the day, solar production, and sources of where did the power come from. Also, on the energy panel, you can also switch between the view of, you can also check out yesterday, of course, and the next day. But you also have a weekly overview, you have a monthly overview, and you have a year overview. And this is where you can see that the solar panels were installed in May of this year. Once again, you can also switch between month, also between, yeah, this is where the solar panels were offline. And this is clearly where you can see that the boat's been out on the water. Same here. And yeah, it will give you a very thorough overview. If we go back to our tour, I think we left off at this panel, and we're pressing further to winter overview. Winter overview. The humidifiers are offline now. This is the multi-controller smart thermostat using the thermostat that's in the salon to switch on and off the basic analog electrical radiator to keep the salon, at a certain temperature. There's an alarm. This will give you a silent alarm on the boat, but whoever enters will be, taken a picture of with the salon camera, and you get that alarm on your smartphone via the Telegram app, and you get a picture of whoever is on board. Engines tab. Well, in the engines tab, we have tachometers for both engines, a fuel level gauge, water level gauge, engine controls. You can switch them on and off from here. Engine hour counters for both engines, engine room temperature, GPS speed. We have the consumption measuring total momentarily, and for the last trip, this goes for both engines, of course, oil pressure, engine temperatures, vessel heading, switches for the tanks and for the macerator, and water break-in sensors. Of course, if the engines were on, you would have data here. Continuing to the consumption tab. Consumption measurement. Both engines have forward and returning fuel line measuring units, which means we measure the fuel that goes towards the engine and also the fuel that comes back to the holding tank. Divide the second from the first, and you pretty much get your consumption for the boat. And this is the data of that. We just started measuring it recently, so we don't have exact measurements or exact data yet. From the consumption panel, we are moving on to one of the last tabs that I will be introducing you, which is security. This is a collection of different sensors, not just window and door sensors, but also smoke detectors, PIR sensors, rain sensor, and also the ladder sensor. This is another very interesting feature, I believe, and also very useful. The ladder sensor has two positions, open and closed. Open meaning that the ladder is in the water, closed is that the ladder is securely tucked away in its place. If you have the sensor in an open position, meaning your ladder is down in the water, and you turn on the ignition, you will immediately get a warning signal, an alarm is triggered, and you are warned that you have to just put away the swimming ladder without you cruising with the ladder down in the water. Moving to our final tab, that is the map. This is the map for the GPS tracker. Interesting about the GPS tracker is that here this gives you a better view. This is where you can see where your boat is or where your boat was. But also a very cool feature about it is that you can export the data from your GPS tracker and import it to Google Earth, meaning that you can look at your cruises and your boating on Google Earth with much better visualization than basically anything else, leaving us two more tabs that are under construction or under development. We'll be not discussing these, and this will basically conclude the virtual tour of the control panels and the functions of the AZ Smart Boat system. At this point, I say thank you for being interested and for watching all the way to the end. AZ Smart is constantly working on developing and perfecting their smart boat solutions. If you're interested in a charter package, or as a professional, as a resale partner, or a boat owner, feel free to reach out. Also, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date. Thanks, and see you in the next video.